Here's more wrestling news for October 21st, 2025. Your headlines for this afternoon include: major update, Britt Baker's WWE future, what's really going on? Bianca Belair's injury worse than expected, return timeline extended. Real reason AEW rushed the ending of Darby Allin vs. Jon Moxley match. Tragic news, former WWE star Bobby Horne passes away at 58. Mercedes Moné makes history, captures her 12th championship title. WWE stable debut reportedly scrapped due to CM Punk's return timing. WWE veteran Ricardo Rodríguez's heartbreaking story of betrayal and homelessness, and more. Over the weekend, speculation about Britt Baker potentially jumping ship to WWE began heating up once again, fueled by her continued absence from AEW television. But despite the buzz, a new report has set the record straight, and if you're expecting her to walk into a WWE ring anytime soon, you might be waiting a while. During the Debunkathon segment of Fightful Select's Backstage report, Sean Ross Sapp directly addressed the rumors, claiming that WWE and Baker have held secret talks. Sapp didn't mince words when shutting them down. They're fraud. Catfish accounts saying WWE and Britt Baker had talks. They didn't. The clarification comes after online speculation went viral when fans noticed that Baker had removed AEW references from her social media bio, sparking theories that she was distancing herself from the company. Those rumors only grew louder when she was absent from AEW's Pittsburgh event, her hometown, a show many expected her to appear on. However, the situation appears to be much simpler than fans imagined. Britt Baker remains under an AEW contract, reportedly extending through 2027, depending on how her injury-related time off is calculated. While she's medically cleared to compete, AEW has yet to reintroduce her to television storylines, leaving her future direction uncertain. So for now, there are no WWE talks, no secret negotiations, and no departure plans, just a top-tier talent waiting for creative to make its move. With Britt Baker's next chapter still up in the air, the question remains, should she continue to stay loyal to AEW and wait for a renewed push, or eventually test the waters in WWE when her deal expires? Share your thoughts below. Bianca Belair's extended absence has fans asking questions, and now the real story behind it is finally coming to light. The EST of WWE has been off television since suffering what was initially believed to be a broken finger during her WrestleMania 41 match. Early reports suggested she was already on the road to recovery, especially after her brief appearance as a guest referee in July, but her continued absence from in-ring action has sparked growing concern among fans. According to WRKD Wrestling, Belair's injury was more serious than first reported. It wasn't just a broken finger, it was a broken knuckle with significant joint damage, which has delayed her comeback far longer than anticipated. While there's still no official return date, insiders believe Belair will make her return on SmackDown, possibly alongside her husband Montez Ford, as WWE looks to reintroduce one of its biggest stars in a major way. For now, fans can only wait, but given Belair's incredible resilience and work ethic, her comeback is bound to be special. The question is, when the EST finally steps back into the ring, who should she target first? The AEW WrestleDream main event between Darby Allin and Jon Moxley had fans completely hooked until the broadcast suddenly cut off mid-celebration. Now, the real reason behind the abrupt ending has come to light. According to Brian Alvarez, the brutal I Quit match was cut short due to time constraints, forcing AEW production to rush the finish. Just moments after Moxley verbally submitted and Allin climbed the ropes holding the AEW flag, the show was yanked off the air. However, Alvarez also mentioned another possible factor, a legitimate injury sustained by Darby Allin during the match. Someone also said he sliced up his arm, and they had to end it quickly before the Missouri Pro Wrestling Commission decided to stop it. It was mostly a timing issue. The match itself pushed boundaries, even by AEW standards. One of the more controversial moments saw Moxley dunk Allin's head into a fish tank, a visual that immediately sparked backlash online. What's your take on this fish tank move? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. The wrestling community is mourning the loss of former WWE Tag Team Champion Bobby Horne, who passed away at the age of 58 after a hard-fought battle with a blood infection and pneumonia. Just days before his passing, reports surfaced that Horne had been admitted to the ICU, where he was fighting serious health complications. WWE Hall of Famer Lalani Kai had taken to social media at the time, asking fans to keep him in their prayers. Sadly, the news fans feared most has now been confirmed. Horne's journey in professional wrestling began in 1991 when he teamed with Nelson Frazier, later known as Mabel and Viscera, to form the Harlem Knights. Their chemistry and presence quickly caught attention, leading to their arrival in the WWF in 1993, where they were rebranded as Men on a Mission, with Oscar as their manager. When Mabel won the King of the Ring tournament in 1995, Horne evolved his role into Sir Mo, standing at ringside in regal fashion as his partner entered high-profile feuds against the likes of Diesel and The Undertaker. What are your favorite memories of Bobby, Mo, Horne, and Men on a Mission during their WWE run? Share your thoughts and tributes in the comments below. Mercedes Moné continues to redefine what dominance looks like in professional wrestling, and she's not slowing down anytime soon. Fresh off her championship victory at AEW WrestleDream 2025, the CEO made a surprise appearance at Winnipeg Pro Wrestling on October 19th, where she defeated Jody Threat to capture the Winnipeg Pro Wrestling Women's Championship. In doing so, Moné added yet another accolade to her already decorated career, her 12th championship title overall. The latest win officially places her beyond Ultimo Dragon's historic multi-title run, a record long considered untouchable in the modern era. Moné's ability to seamlessly move between promotions and capture gold everywhere she goes further cements her status as one of the most accomplished and influential wrestlers of her generation. From AEW to the global independent circuit, Mercedes Moné's message remains clear: the CEO always collects. CM Punk's shocking WWE return at Survivor Series 2023 didn't just dominate headlines, it reportedly derailed several creative plans already in motion, including a major main roster debut for Gallus. According to Wolfgang, one-third of the former NXT faction, the group was weeks away from being called up to the main roster before everything changed once Punk made his comeback. Speaking on the Mic Check with Mr. Anderson podcast, Wolfgang revealed that Gallus had been prepped and positioned for a major storyline that would have seen them align with Drew McIntyre until creative abruptly shifted. We were ready for main roster. Even when we got to NXT, it was good to get there and get involved, but we were ready to go at the drop of a hat to main roster. And I know for a fact that we were scheduled to be there. We were like 3 weeks out, and then 3 weeks came and they said, it's actually like 3 months, and the phrase they used was, the can keeps getting kicked down the road. Wolfgang added that there were clear signs WWE had serious plans for Gallus, pointing to official promotional materials that hinted at their main roster debut. If you go look at the 2023 Survivor Series program for the main roster or the 2024 Royal Rumble, there's no one else in NXT in that except for Gallus, and we're right next to a full-page spread of Drew McIntyre. He went on to suggest that CM Punk's return to WWE was the key factor that caused those plans to be scrapped. Once Punk was back in the mix, creative focus shifted entirely, leaving Gallus on the sidelines. So I think there was a plan for us to join Drew McIntyre at some point, and then CM Punk showed up, and the can kept getting kicked down the road and they didn't need us anymore, and I think they got stuck. This is what we're doing, we'll get to it at some point. They never even considered how else we're going to do it. For Gallus, it was a classic case of bad timing, being on the verge of a breakout moment only to have it disappear when WWE's creative direction took a sharp turn. Now, with the group no longer part of the company, that potential storyline remains one of those what could have been moments that fans may never get to see. Do you think WWE should have gone ahead with Gallus joining Drew McIntyre on the main roster, or was CM Punk's return simply too big to ignore? Share your thoughts in the comments. Ricardo Rodríguez's journey to recovery hasn't just been about moving on from WWE, it's been about surviving a personal tragedy that nearly cost him everything. During a recent episode of TV Azteca's La Granja VIP, Alberto Del Rio opened up about the painful reality behind his longtime friend's battle with alcoholism. In an emotional revelation, Del Rio shared that Rodríguez's life fell apart after a devastating betrayal. His wife cheated on him with his brother, and they took everything from him. They literally cleaned him out and left him on the streets. That sent him into a depression that led to alcoholism. According to Del Rio, his former ring announcer and friend has now been sober for over 2 years, a remarkable milestone considering how far he had fallen. Del Rio further explained that Rodríguez stepped away from wrestling entirely during his recovery, choosing instead to rebuild his life on his own terms. Eventually, he found his way back to the industry he loved, not as a performer, but as a teacher. Today, Rodríguez runs his own wrestling school in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, helping train and inspire future generations. Del Rio also reminded fans that while most remember Rodríguez for his charismatic role as a WWE ring announcer, few realize how skilled he truly was between the ropes. He's always been an excellent in-ring talent, Del Rio said, a quiet nod to the depth and dedication that defined Rodríguez long before tragedy struck. From personal heartbreak to hard-fought redemption, Ricardo Rodríguez's story stands as a powerful reminder that even when life takes everything away, it's never too late to start again. In a twist no one saw coming, reports suggest Stone Cold Steve Austin may stage a major return to WWE via his Broken Skull Sessions podcast being revived on a WWE digital platform. He recently teased the podcast's comeback during fan interactions, and insiders via Fightful Select claim discussions are underway. If true, this marks a subtle but impactful re-entry, leveraging content over in-ring action to reinsert the legend. For all of our subscribers, don't miss the 9 a.m. Eastern video we dropped earlier today.